Hello, this is Ankit Reddy. Welcome to the .NET course from educators.com, world's best online training tutorial for the leading technologies. In this video, we'll discuss about validations in ASP.NET. We have validation controls in our ASP.NET. Before that, what is the validation control means? Validation controls are used to ensure if the data entered by the user is valid. If it is valid, then only we'll be taking that input. So Microsoft ASP.NET Framework provides 6 built-in validation controls. Those are required field validator, range validator, compare validator, regular expression validator, custom validator, and finally validation summary. And we'll be seeing one by one in each video. First, I'm making this series of videos for this validations. In first, we'll be seeing required field validator. Let's flip to Visual Studio. Here, let me quickly design whatever I want. Name. Let me add a text box for name. Please make an habit of changing this field IDs immediately whenever you drag and drop from this toolbox to page. Right click on it. How to change that? I'm telling you again. Right click on this, go to properties and change this immediately. TXT name. Whatever you want to keep after TXT, that is up to you. Make sure that you follow whatever you follow, TXT, or some guys will follow TXT underscore. In your entire application, please follow same thing. You can follow without underscore or with underscore. In the same manner, let me take gender. For this, I'm taking a drop down list. Then finally, I'm taking a button. But drop down list as well, you can change this DDL drop down list gender. And for button, I'm going to change. Oops. I just double click on it. We don't want to double click on it as of now, but just click on properties. Now change this button ID as well. BTN save. Then I'm going to change the text also. Now let us start this validation control now. Where do we find this validation controls are is the first is the standard section. Now we can see this data section. Then we'll see this separate section for validation. Just expand it. You can see these validation controls we have mentioned here. Required field, range validator, compare, regular expression, custom, and validation summary. Required, regular, range, custom, compare, validation summary. We'll start with first required field validator. And we need one more also. So how many you got? We need only two. One is this, other one is this. Remember that whenever we have added any of this validator control, first and foremost thing we need to do is we need to change three things for every control. Let me tell about that. Go to the Solution Explorer, then select these properties of this required field validator. Here you can change it required field validator as RFV, then name. First thing is you need to change the error message. What you wanted to show error message. Name is required. Make sure that whatever the name you have given here, that should get match here. Here it is gender, right? Whenever you are telling that gender is required only, you should give as it is. Uppercase and lowercase should get match. No spelling mistakes. The first one is you need to change the error message, then for color. Click on it, you keep as a red color. We'll be showing all error messages in a red color. Then third one is control to validate. Which control I need to validate by this required field validator. Right click on this, choose this txt name. That's it. Now let us do the same thing for this second required field validator, RFV gender. Then what is that? First thing we need to take care is error message. Gender is required. Then forecolor. Please change the forecolor to red color. Go to properties. One more thing you need to change, that is to view properties window like this. Then control to validate. This is most important. Then I chosen the DDL gender. And we need to set items for this drop down. We have discussed about drop down list. Please watch the previous session on drop down list from educators.com website. Then come back to this one. We wanted to go to properties of DDL gender. How to add items is go to items and click on this. Then select a gender. Value I'm giving as 0. One more thing is male. Then for value I'm giving 1. One more item, female. Value is 2. 0, 1, 2. Click on it. Now let us execute this. Before that, we'll build this one time. Build is succeeded. Now let's run this program or else execute this application. As Chrome is default web browser for me, it is working like this. As a default web browser, we'll be getting this kind of error messages when you are working with validations. See, first of all, let us see why it is coming. Web server is configured to not list, it is coming. Just read that error message, will be understand something. Request URL, this one. A default document is not configured for the request URL. Let us see that what is going wrong. First of all, this build is succeeded. Now once I'm clicking this, what is the error getting? See this, we are getting other error message. This is a bug in our Visual Studio, so we need to modify this code in our web.config file in order to avoid getting this error message. This is a bug in our Visual Studio 2012. If you are getting the same kind of error message, we need to add something manual code in our web.config file. Where do we find that web.config file? Double click on this web.config file in a solution explorer. Go to this place. Here you add something called app settings. Inside this app settings, add key is equals to validation settings colon unobtrusive validation mode. Then come out of this double quotes, value is equals to none. See here, when you read this error message, did I close that? Since I closed it, let me comment this, or else let me copy this out. Oops, I wanted to show you that error message again. Control X, I did, then build, let me execute it again. I'm expecting the same error again. See, web forms unobtrusive validation mode requires a script resource mapping for jQuery. Please add a script resource mapping name jQuery. It is a case sensitive. Now to avoid this getting error, we need to add two lines of code in this web.config file. Now let us build this again. I'm going to execute one more time. After adding that code, let us see whether we have got any same kind of error. See, earlier time we have got this error. Now we are not getting this kind of error again. That is because we have added two lines of code here, setting that key is equal to validation settings, unobtrusive validation mode, value is equal to none. By this we can avoid getting that kind of error message. If I click on save button without entering anything, what will happen? Name is required. This is fine. If I pass something and click on save button, it is not throwing error message for gender drop down list. Why it is happening like this? Because something is there, whether it is male or female selected or select gender is there. Why we are getting empty space here? Let us see that first. Then I will tell you that why this error message is not populating. Go to this validation mode. Why we are seeing that? Yeah, one additional empty list item has been added. We don't want this. Just let me delete. No, this time I'm going to start without debugging. Now I don't want to see that empty this thing. So like this, it should be there. When I click on save button, it is showing only validation is working for name text box only, but it is not working for gender drop down list. Why? How we make that? Until unless something is selected, we should show gender is required error message, but it is not showing. How do we make that error message work? Is just go to this required field validator for a gender, whatever it is there. Bring this everything at one place so that it will be readable, it will be more. Then for color. What we wanted to do is we need to make some changes for this second required field validator is error message is gender is required we kept. Like the same thing, we need to have initial value. Initial value is equals to the one which we have given for drop down list. Initial value is 0. If it is 0, then it won't consider, even though this something is entered for this. Select a gender is also text. When this required field validator will arise is if nothing is there in that a particular control, but here it is something there, so only it is not firing. If you wanted to ignore this one, you need to mention it as initial value is equal to 0, because for a select gender we can see here as a value is 0. Now we can work that if user don't select male or female, still we will be firing that error message as gender is required. Let us see that. Start without debugging. Now if I click on it, both are showing. This is how we'll be working on this required field validator. If I select male, see, nothing is showing error message now. Hope you understood this. We'll be seeing the next validation control in the next video session. Thank you for watching.